Here is a number that should make you physically sick. More than half of all brand new recreational vehicles leave the factory with at least one known defect. Not a scratch, not a cosmetic smudge on the countertop, a real documented defect. The kind that leaks, shorts out, or fails on a highway 3 states from home. And the dealer that sold it to you, they know. The manufacturer that built it, they definitely know, but nobody is telling you. Because the moment you sign that loan and pull off the lot, the defect becomes your problem, not theirs. That is the game. That is the illusion. Brand new does not mean built right, it means built fast. And in the recreational vehicle industry, speed is the only metric that matters, because workers on the factory floor in Elkhart, Indiana are paid by the unit, not by the hour. It is called piece rate pay. And a 2025 Wall Street Journal investigation laid it bare for the entire world to see. Unlike car factories that rely on automation and precision robotics, recreational vehicle factories rely on human hands. Hands that are incentivized to move as fast as possible. Workers hit their quota, they go home. Some of them work 2 jobs, some of them are literally running, with wall sections on overhead cranes, slapping units together because the faster they finish, the faster they collect. That means your $40,000 to $150,000 purchase was assembled by someone whose paycheck depends on speed, not on whether your plumbing connections actually hold water. That is not craftsmanship. That is a coin flip with your retirement savings. Today, we are auditing 8 brands whose brand new units belong on a walk-away list, not in your driveway. We are going brand by brand, defect by defect, and we are naming names. No sponsors, no partnerships, no corporate handshake deals. This is the list no dealer wants you to see. So smash that subscribe button because we are about to save you from some seriously expensive mistakes. And stay until the end because the last brand on this list is hiding the worst defect of all. And most buyers will not find it until it is way too late. Brand number 1, Coachmen. Let us start with a brand that has been around since the 1960s. Coachmen. It sounds trustworthy. It sounds legacy. It sounds like the kind of brand your parents might have towed behind a Chevy Suburban on family vacations. And that is exactly what the marketing wants you to believe. But Coachmen is no longer the family-run operation it used to be. It is a subsidiary of Forest River, which is owned by Berkshire Hathaway, one of the 2 corporate giants that dominates roughly 80% of the entire recreational vehicle market. And what does that corporate ownership look like on the factory floor? Water leaks, delamination, trim falling apart on units with fewer than 500 miles, inconsistent assembly quality so bad that you can literally walk a dealer lot and find 2 identical Coachmen models with completely different interior fit and finish. One might be passable, the other looks like it was assembled during a lunch break. The reviews on RV Insider tell the story. The lowest rated categories for Coachmen: factory warranty and overall quality. Owner after owner reports equipment failures and poor construction methods. And Coachmen's parent company has some of the lowest customers' reviews on the Better Business Bureau, which is remarkable when you consider how low the bar already is in this industry. Translation, you are buying a brand name from the 60s with a corporate assembly line from the 2020s. The name stayed, the quality left. And the worst part? The price did not go down to match. You are still paying legacy prices for fast food construction. Brand number 2, Jayco. Jayco is interesting because it is the brand that people defend the hardest. My Jayco has been great. Sure, maybe yours has. But the data tells a different story for a whole lot of other owners. Jayco, now owned by Thor Industries, has a split personality. Their towable trailers tend to perform better than their motorhomes. But even on the towable side, the complaints are piling up. Axle and frame issues. Customer service friction on warranty claims so severe that owners describe it as a second job. Here's the thing. One reviewer on Pissed Consumer summed it up perfectly. They said their Jayco looks beautiful, but that is as far as it goes. They had nothing but problems from day one. And when they filed warranty claims, they discovered something brutal. The warranty does not cover poor quality craftsmanship. Read that again. The warranty on a brand new unit does not cover the fact that the brand new unit was poorly built. That is not a warranty. That is a press release. And in October of 2025, NHTSA issued a recall on Jayco Granite Ridge and Integra Condor motorhomes because the certification labels had the front and rear axle information reversed. On a brand new unit, that is not a typo. That is a factory floor that is moving too fast to read a label. Translation, Jayco is the brand that photographs well and falls apart quietly. And by the time you notice, the warranty has already found a reason to say no. Brand number 3, Gulfstream. Gulfstream is one of the last major independent manufacturers in the recreational vehicle space, and you would think that independence would mean pride. You would think it would mean quality control. You would be wrong. Gulfstream consistently appears on brands to avoid lists, and the data backs it up. Warranty claim rates in the low 30s. Percentile-wise, that means roughly 1 out of every 3 units sold triggers a warranty claim. For a brand new product, that is not a defect rate, that is a business model. The most common complaints: substandard materials, wiring issues, fit and finish problems that suggest the interior was assembled by a different team than the one that built the shell. And unlike the Thor and Forest River subsidiaries, Gulfstream does not have the dealer network to support you when things go wrong. You are not dealing with a corporate machine. You are dealing with a regional operation that may or may not have the parts you need in the same calendar year. Translation: Gulfstream is what happens when independence means we answer to nobody, including the customer. And when something breaks, and it will break, you are on your own in a way that Thor and Forest River buyers at least have a corporate escalation path to complain to. With Gulfstream, the buck stops at a voicemail. And if you are finding this breakdown useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Brand number 4, Heartland. Heartland is another Thor Industries subsidiary, and it specializes in fifth wheels and travel trailers. On paper, Heartland units look impressive. Spacious floor plans, residential style interiors, the kind of spec sheet that makes you picture yourself parked at a lakeside campsite with a glass of wine. In reality, Heartland is one of the most recall-heavy brands in the fifth wheel space. In October of 2025, NHTSA issued a recall on Heartland Bighorn fifth wheels because the Murphy bed mechanism could fail, causing the bed to fall unexpectedly. A Murphy bed in a brand new unit falling on whoever happens to be sleeping underneath it. That is not a quality control issue. That is a liability waiting to happen. And Heartland's overall rating on multiple review platforms puts it at a 3.2 out of 5. For a product that costs as much as a house in some zip codes, 3.2 is not a rating, it is a warning sign. The pattern with Heartland is consistent: electrical failures, HVAC systems that do not work out of the box, water system defects discovered on the first fill. These are not wear and tear issues. These are factory issues, shipped, sealed, and sitting on a dealer lot waiting for you to hand over a check. Translation: Heartland builds floor plans. They do not build recreational vehicles. They build showroom presentations that happen to have wheels. And those wheels are attached to a unit that might not survive its first season without a service appointment. Brand number 5, Thor Motorcoach. We are now getting into the brands where the defects are not annoying. They are dangerous. Thor Motorcoach is the flagship motorhome division of Thor Industries, the largest recreational vehicle manufacturer on the planet, and their recall history reads like a horror novel. In late 2025 alone, Thor Motorcoach recalled 527 units, including the 2026 Geneva, the Quantum, the Four Winds, the Chateau, the Freedom Elite, and the Coleman, because a P-clamp may not have been installed on the mod. Liquid propane generator hose. Without that clamp, the LP hose contacts the generator exhaust. Heat builds, the hose degrades, and you now have a propane line failure next to a heat source inside a vehicle where your family sleeps. In a separate recall from the same period, Thor Motorcoach units had a support tube holding the LP gas tanks that was too short and insufficiently welded. The tube could fracture, the tank could detach while you're driving down a highway. That is not a defect, that is a road hazard for every car behind you. Owners on forums consistently report rough rides, electrical system failures, battery charging problems, and hydraulic jack malfunctions. The Thor Hurricane model is one of the most recalled motorhomes in the industry, and yet it keeps showing up on dealer lots, polished and sticker priced like nothing is wrong, because for the dealer, nothing is wrong. They get paid either way. Translation: Thor Motorcoach does not sell you a motorhome. They sell you a subscription to their recall department, and every few months you get a new letter in the mail telling you about another thing that was wrong the day you bought it. But hey, at least the recall repair is free. If you can get a service appointment before the next recall drops. If this is already saving you from a headache, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss what is next. Brand number 6, Keystone. Keystone is the brand that generates the most complaints of any Thor Industries subsidiary, and that is saying something when you consider how many brands Thor owns. Keystone has struggled with quality control for years, and the root cause is structural. It is an integration problem. Keystone was acquired by Thor, and that acquisition brought together different factories, different teams and different standards. The result is a brand where one model might be passable and the next one off the same line is a disaster. The NHTSA data is brutal. Keystone has been recalled for slide outs that can open while the vehicle is being towed. Let that sink in. You are driving down the interstate and the side of your recreational vehicle decides to extend itself into the next lane. That is not a manufacturing defect, that is a life-threatening malfunction, and it is not a one-off. It is a pattern documented by federal regulators. In late 2025, Keystone recalled units across the Cougar, Alpine, Montana, and Walkabout lines. The issues range from structural to labeling to component failure. And across the board, Keystone's post-purchase support is consistently rated among the worst in the industry. Getting a warranty claim honored with Keystone is not a process. It is a negotiation, and you are negotiating with a company that already has your money. Translation: Keystone does not have a quality control department. They have a complaint department, and it is backlogged. If you are shopping for a fifth wheel and someone points you toward a Keystone, ask them one question. Has the NHTSA investigation into slide outs opening while driving been resolved? Watch their face. That will tell you everything the brochure will not. Brand number 7, Forest River. If there is one brand that belongs at the top of any walk-away list, it is Forest River. Forest River, owned by Berkshire Hathaway, is the single most recalled recreational vehicle manufacturer in America. More recalls than any United States automaker. More recalls than any other recreational vehicle company, period. And these are not recalls for minor cosmetic issues. We are talking about fire hazards, structural failures, incorrectly installed fuses that create short circuit risks, propane line defects, leaf spring bolt failures. The list does not end. A 2025 Wall Street Journal investigation found that Forest River averages 50 recalls per year. And the root cause? Human manufacturing errors. Not defective parts from a supplier. Not a design flaw from an engineer. Human errors on the assembly line. Because the workers are paid on a piece rate system that incentivizes speed over everything else. Inspectors discovered misaligned furnace flues a month after the employee responsible quit. In 2023, the company recalled 50 towable campers after finding that workers had installed the wrong fuse into power distribution centers because the factory had run out of the correct fuse. So instead of stopping the line, they used whatever fit. Forest River has over 240 Better Business Bureau complaints in a 3-year tracking period. Their complaint rate, adjusted for market share, is over 20 times higher than Winnebago. They face multiple class action lawsuits alleging catastrophic frame failure and fifth wheels. And yet, every single Saturday morning, there is a family walking onto a dealer lot, looking at a shiny Forest River unit and being told it comes with a full factory warranty. Translation: Forest River does not build recreational vehicles. They build recall candidates. And they do it faster than anyone in the industry. On a nationwide conference call, one dealer with 30 years in the business described the quality of units arriving on his lot as pathetic. Another said the brand new units arriving from Forest River were some of the worst stuff I have seen in 30 years. These are the people selling the product, and even they cannot believe what is coming off the line. If the people getting paid to move these units are calling them pathetic, imagine what the mechanics who open them up are saying. Brand number 8, Grand Design. And now we arrive at the brand that should scare you the most because it is the one that most people think is safe. Grand Design, owned by Winnebago Industries. Marketed as the premium, full-time living, we do it differently alternative to the corporate mass production model. Grand Design is the brand that recreational vehicle influencers recommend. It is the brand that dealers push as the smart choice. It is the brand that accounts for roughly 35% of Winnebago's total revenue, which means it is the brand that Winnebago cannot afford to have you question. And it is the brand currently facing a class action lawsuit and a federal safety investigation for hiding a defect so serious that it could make your entire unit structurally unsafe to tow. It is called frame flex, and here is what it means. The frame underneath your Grand Design fifth wheel, the literal skeleton that holds everything together, is failing. Cracking welds, separating walls, doors that will not close. Slide outs that open while you are driving, not because you overloaded the unit, not because you drove recklessly, because the frame was never designed to support the weight that Grand Design kept adding to newer, bigger, heavier floor plans without ever upgrading the foundation underneath. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration opened an investigation in October of 2024. Fifth wheel trailers manufactured between 2017 and 2023. One independent repair shop reported that 70% of Grand Design units inspected at their facility showed frame issues. A certified welder and retired structural stress analysis engineer found frame failures in all 10 Grand Design units he examined at various campsites. And here is the part that should make you furious. According to the class action lawsuit filed by Whites and Luxembourg in April of 2025, Grand Design and Winnebago knowingly sold defective units and prioritized profits over safety. Instead of issuing a recall, they used non-disclosure agreements to silence the owners who complained the loudest. They censored online reviews. They offered quiet buybacks, take the money, sign the paper, never talk about this publicly again. They aggressively marketed these heavier models as full-time living units. Vehicles designed for people who sold their houses and staked their entire lifestyle on this product, while knowing the frame underneath could not handle the weight they kept adding, and their CEO. He dismissed the entire controversy on an earnings call, claiming it affected less than 1% of all units produced. Meanwhile, an independent repair shop reported that 70% of the Grand Design units inspected at their facility showed frame issues. A certified welder and retired structural stress analyst found frame failures in every single Grand Design unit he examined across multiple campsites, 10 for 10, and the warranty claims paid by Winnebago increased by 278% between 2017 and 2023. That is not less than 1%. That is a corporation managing a narrative while the evidence screams the opposite. Translation: Grand Design did not hide a defect in the upholstery. They hid a defect in the frame, the one thing that holds everything together, held together by hope and self-tapping screws. So there it is, 8 brands, 8 walkaways. And the common thread running through every single one of them is the same. The system is not built to protect you. It is built to move units. From the piece rate pay system on the factory floor in Elkhart to the pre-delivery inspections that dealers either skip or rush through, every link in the chain between the assembly line and your driveway is optimized for speed, and not safety, not quality, and certainly not for the person writing the check. But you are not powerless. Here is your action plan. Number 1, never trust a pre-delivery inspection that you did not witness or verify. Hire an independent NHTSA certified inspector before you sign anything. It costs a few $100s. The defect it catches could save you tens of thousands. Number 2, check every single recall on your specific VIN before you leave the lot. Go to nhtsa.gov. Enter the vehicle identification number. If there is an open recall, do not let the dealer tell you it is a minor thing. There is no such thing as a minor recall on a unit you are about to finance for 15 years. Number 3, demand a written PDI checklist from the dealer. If they cannot produce one, walk away. If they get defensive, run. Number 4, stop treating full factory warranty as a safety net. A warranty is only as good as the company honoring it. And as we have seen today, some of these companies would rather settle lawsuits quietly, slap non-disclosure agreements on the loudest complainers, and censor online reviews than actually fix the assembly line. A warranty is not quality assurance. It is damage control in our reality, and you are the damage. Here is the reality nobody in this industry wants you to hear. The recreational vehicle business makes money when you buy. It does not make money when you're happy. The incentives are wrong at every level, from the factory floor worker who is paid to rush, to the dealer who is incentivized to move inventory, to the manufacturer who would rather settle a lawsuit than slow down a production line. The only person in this entire chain who is financially punished by a defective unit is you, the buyer, the one person in the transaction who did not build it, did not inspect it, and was never told what was wrong with it before they signed on the dotted line. Stop shopping like a victim and start thinking like an auditor. The recreational vehicle industry is betting that you will not do the homework, that you will trust the sticker price, the glossy brochure, and the salesman's handshake. Prove them wrong. Let me know in the comments which brand on this list surprised you the most. And if you want to make smarter choices, subscribe and hit the bell. I will see you in the next one.